Okay, a week into the new job as manager of WCW. We're back at Monday Nitro. We've had Nitro last week, Thunder, and Saturday night. All did pretty well. The best show being Thunder, 72% overall rating. The worst being Saturday night with only 65%, but it was still, nonetheless, a decent show. So, it went pretty well. The main event, Booker T Canyon, was okay. Palumbo O'Haire attacking Nash and DDP verbally, the tag team champions, that went down well. Nothing really went wrong. So we're going to get straight into the Nitro this time. So we're going to start the show. Giving some of the younger talents a bit of airtime. Air Raid are going to beat the Young Dragons. That's AJ Styles and Air Paris over Kaz Hayashi and Yang. Then we're going to have an interview with Chavo Guerrero, which is going to continue his feud with Billy Kidman. If you remember on Saturday night, Chavo cost Billy Kidman his match with Chris Candido. So that's how that started with that feud. Then we're going to have a hardcore match. Terry Funk is going to beat Reno and Crowbar. Then, for last, I debuted a new stable called Blackout with Stevie Ray, Paisley, M.I. Smooth, and Norman Smiley. And for Natural Born Thrillers, they're starting a feud with them. They've both attacked each other. Stevie Ray faced Sean Stasiak at the last event. They both got disqualified because of outside interference from both stables. And they're finally going to face each other 3 versus 3. We've got Smiley, Smooth, and Ray against Sanders, Stasiak, and Jindrak. And Mike Sanders is going to pin Norman Smiley. He's going to win by cheating, so that's going to keep a bit of heat up there. See how that goes. Then we're going to have an interview with Jeff Jarrett to keep up his feud with the Cat. He beat the Cat last time through botched interference by General Reaction. We've got the semi-finals of the TV title. Lance Storm's going to beat Conan. Rey Mysterio's going to beat Mike Awesome. So the final for the TV title that's had a bit of an absence from the company is going to be fought for at Sin. So Storm versus Rey Mysterio at Sin. Probably on Thunder, I'll have the Filthy Animals, Conan and Mysterio against Storm and Awesome, Team Canada. It seems a logical thing to do. Then we're going to have an interview with Goldberg. He's not featured for a week. He's just going to lay into Scott Steiner. He's going to say, you shouldn't be giving Sid Vicious another shot. I deserve my shot. Because he is the one in a feud with Steiner. But Sid called Steiner out on Saturday night. Insiders are going to be O'Haire and Palumbo. Kevin Nash refused to lose his title. He said they're out of his league, these two guys. So Nash and DDP had to win. So I don't really see a point of continuing a feud with these two teams when Nash won't let the other team, because of his creative control, he won't let them win. So it's going to be a bit of a pointless feud. My plan B for that is to reform Totally Buff with Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell, who are good names who haven't appeared yet. Maybe even a three-way match with Totally Buff. Maybe they'd be okay with O'Haire and Palumbo pinning them. We'll see. Anyway, but the Insiders are going to win by botched interference from Mike Sanders, Sean Stasiak, Mark Jindrak, for the rest of the Natural Born Thrillers. Okay. Then we've got an interview with Sting. He didn't appear on the last show. He's continuing his feud with Ric Flair, which has gone down very, very well so far. And for main event, Scott Steiner is going to win over Sid Vicious. What's going to happen is Goldberg's going to run in. He's going to try and attack Steiner. Doesn't go to plan. Steiner ends up winning via botched interference, and they have a bit of a scrap at the end. Goldberg beats down Steiner. Steiner fights back, and I assume Sid will get involved as well. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if we can beat our best score of 72%. We don't want it any lower than... I'd be happy with about 68% or above. Let's start the show. Okay, match quality. You can never complain about the match quality between these cruiserweights. It's just that the crowd reaction isn't great because they're not very well known, these guys. But the more they fight, the more well known they'll become. So 69%, happy with that. 68% Chavo Guerrero, that's fine because he's not completely over with the fans. He's just started a feud with Kidman, and you know, I'm quite happy with that. Terry Funk, Crowbar, Reno. These hardcore matches, as I've said before, they don't really go down too well. At some point, maybe I will scrap the hardcore title. I'm not too sure, but they just don't. The fans just don't really get that hyped up for them at the moment. Okay. 62%. The backstage angles for segments went a lot better than this actual match did. So I'll have to think about what to do about that feud. But we've debuted for Blackout Stable, and it's gone down well overall. That's it. Back up to 78%. Jeff Jarrett to the rescue. Very good assets, WCW. Very good US champ. Lance Storm Conan, they put on a good match. Awesome Mysterio, an even better match. That'll be, I'm really excited actually for Rey Mysterio and Lance Storm for the TV title at Sin. And like I say, on Thunder, we'll probably get Filthy Animals against Team Canada. That will lead into the pay-per-view quite nicely. Goldberg bats at 88%. That went down really well. So taking him off TV for a week and then bringing him back, it's worked perfectly for him because he lost a little bit of overness last Nitro for his feud with Steiner. It didn't go down overly well, but you see, you don't want to force feed anyone down for fans' throats. Main event. No, sorry, Insiders O'Haire Palumbo. Yeah, went as well as I thought it could. Sting's backstage, yeah. Sting and Flair always get the ratings. Now this will be interesting. Sid and Steiner, match quality, two big cumbersome guys. Crowd reaction was good though, an overall rating. Fairly happy with that. It gives Sid a little bit of limelight back because he hadn't featured in the past week since I took over. So we've got an average of 68. Yeah, I'd be quite happy with that. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. There's no real standouts here in terms of anything that sticks out like a sore thumb as doing bad. In fact, the worst rated match was the Natural Born Thrillers and Blackout. The interviews of Goldberg and Sting with the best rated segments of the show. Good show overall. Now let's see what the audience have to say. Sorry for extreme emails. Raw. That's fine. We did 5.05. That's not too bad actually. That's pretty good. Rick Steiner, how about booking me against Dustin Rhodes? Right, Thursday Thunder, Rick Steiner against Dustin Rhodes. No problem. Should be a decent match, that. Booker T, he wants to request a match with Kanyon. He's only just fought him, so that could be a potential feud between those two. They both requested to fight each other. It would do Canyon's profile a load of good, and it would give Booker T a storyline to be involved in. I try my best, but I think our match showed that Chuck Palumbo isn't good enough to be wrestling at my level. Yep, typical Nash. And Mike Olsen working too stiffly. Well, you're not facing him again. You're facing Lance Storm in the final. Okay. That went pretty well. Yeah, we don't really need to know much. We've seen all that. Right. Good show. I'll see you next time for Thursday Thunder with one confirmed match, Rick Steiner and Dustin Rhodes.